and welcome to another episode of Teach Me Quick. I hope you like the previous two ones, and again, this series is meant to be just a way to quickly get into a riff or a part of a song that everyone likes and just finding out how to play it correctly. So today what we're going to do is look at the intro of Hotel California, which doesn't need any introductions. Great song from 1977, album with the same name by the Eagles, and I think in 78 won the Grammy Award for Best Song. It's a fantastic song that was played and covered by countless bands. The Eagles did it in an acoustic version, but the original one has this very, very iconic intro played with a 12-string guitar. Now, I don't have an electric 12-string, so we'll grab my Yamaha 12-string, which sounds pretty well, and we'll do the song. We'll run through the chords. The chords are fairly simple, but there's something interesting to be said about it, and we'll look at how to get the special sound. So I'll run through it first and then explain how this is done. So importantly, this song is in B minor, so to play it we'll put a capo. This is a D'Addario capo, the 7th fret, and every time I refer to a note or a chord is as if this was the 0 fret. So when I play this, I will call this an E minor for convenience, although the song is really in B minor because that's why I put the capo here. So one word of advice, if you want to put the capo so up in the neck, is always good to slightly retune the guitar, to fine tune it, because I tend to see that especially the lower strings go slightly out of tune, so you can literally put the capo and then slightly fine tune to get it just where it should be. So this is the first guitar, which is an electric one in the original, and then there's quite a number of other guitars. We're not interested about that. This is Teach Me Quick. It's just the main riff with the 12 strings guitar. So here you go. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so first off, we're gonna have a look at the intro. The first chord is an E minor, so just trying to make sure you see my fingers. It's literally a very basic shape with like 4th and 5th string on the 2nd fret. But then what they do is do this nice initial strumming, and it follows this arpeggiated structure with the right hand, ending with the high E. And this is quite typical of the song. Like if you listen to it, it's really prominent. This, it's like G to E, which you play with the little finger. Then you go into this B7th. This is 7th, dominant 7 chord, and then you fret the F sharp with the little finger, with the pinky. So it's 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 0. So and this time you fret differently so that you end with F sharp and then down to the open B. So the different way this is strummed makes the song really beautiful, because instead of repeating the same pattern with the right hand, it changes every time. So back from scratch. Then we go to the 3rd chord, which is very airy, sort of D add 9th. It's a suspended chord, so it could be minor or major. So it's 0, 3, 2. And it ends with these two open strings, D and G, D and A. And then we go into this chord, which is really interesting. Now this is the only chord that's a little bit sort of strange, and it's a half diminished chord, which is a minor 7 with a flat fifth. So this is a C sharp semi-diminished. This is a minor third, and this is the flat 5. It's kind of passing chord that leads you to, and this is a pattern, so it kind of repeats these two strings 3 and 4, and this leads nicely into a C chord, and it does again this kind of repeated motive on the 3rd and 4th string. And here does this quick figure starting from the C on the 5th string, and then hammer on the 4th string, 2nd fret. It's reminiscent of Wish You Were Here, and so it does. Then goes into this G chord. And here the emphasis is on the last part of this chord. The right hand emphasizes the B and the G. And it does a small hammer on the B from A to B. So. And then it goes into an A minor. Actually, A minor 7th is more correct. It's not exactly clear, but I think I can hear this open G. So, and then goes again into the B 7th. And again ends with the open B string. And then goes back, loops back into E minor. And D. Then of course there's all the other instruments come in, and Don Felder, who I think wrote this riff, although then the song was like a team effort by the whole band, he then changes slightly, these patterns and how each chord is strummed with the right hand, but it's just absolutely beautiful. And this guitar goes throughout the song. There's a brief chorus with different chords, but the magic really is in this riff. How many times you heard it and it's like, well, I wonder how you play it. And a lot of people try to play it without the capo, but to really get this sparkly tone, you need a 12-string guitar, which has this shimmery tone almost to it. And I think they also added some univibe or a chorus to make it even more hypnotic. And then you need to play up the neck on the 7th fret. That's how you get it. And don't forget again that in the studio they would have changed the sound a lot to make it what it is. But even with just an acoustic guitar like I just showed today, you can really get there. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if so, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next for more videos. Bye!